Hey, hi friends, hi. Hope you're doing very fine in these tough times. I hope you're all staying stay safe and staying healthy. I'm going to start a new series on the possible players who can topple the big three. The big three consists of the trio of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. Starting from the dominance of Roger Federer from 2003, the big three have enjoyed a consistent run into the majors right from 2003 till now. Many players showed flashes of hope like Marin Cilic, Juan Martin Del Potro, Grigor Dimitrov, Milos Raonic, Nick Kyrgios, but nobody could able to give a sustained fight to this big three. Players of the same generation as the big three, like Andy Murray, Stan Wawrinka, who collectively won 6 Grand Slam titles, showed a lot of resistance, but the big three were just too good. People thought that age would eventually make them slow. Their legs would slow, their game would slow, the forehand punch would slow, the way they construct points would slow, the reflexes would slow, and then eventually the next generation would take over. But that doesn't seem to be happening. Many people thought that the generation of 91 to 95, composed of Dimitrov, Goffin, Raonic, Kyrgios, and so on, would manage to topple the big three, but none of the players from the 91 to 95 generation could manage to fulfill their potential. Is it because they were not very good, or is it because the big three were just too good? That depends on individual perceptions. Yes, we can keep analyzing about different pros and cons and strategies and why the big three have been more dominant. That's up to another topic. But usually, if you see the tennis landscape, after every 10 years, there is a change of a guard. But it seems here that almost 18, 19 years have happened, and still the trio of Federer and Djokovic are dominating the landscape. Although there is hope now with the emergence of players like Alexander Zverev, Daniel Medvedev, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Denis Shapovalov, and Yannick Sinner, who have kind of shown the game, the energy, the attitude, and potential to topple the big three. The first player we would be discussing in this season here is Alexander Zverev. Alexander Zverev had a breakthrough 2017 season. He won two consecutive Masters titles, one in the Italian Open and other in the Canadian Open, which is the Rogers Cup. During both the titles, he defeated two members of the Big Three. In the Italian Open, he defeated Novak Djokovic, and in the Canadian Open, he defeated Roger Federer, both in straight sets. This was a major big breakthrough achieved by a Gen X player, Alexander Zverev, defeating Novak and Roger consecutively and winning two consecutive Masters titles showed a lot of hope to the tennis world that here is a guy who can be a multiple Grand Slam champion in the future. Although in that year his Grand Slam performances were not up to the mark, but winning two Masters Series tournaments and that too consecutively was a big statement. 2018 and 2019 were a season of consolidation for Alexander Zverev, winning two consecutive master titles in 2017. Many people could wonder whether it is a one-time breakthrough or a one-time wonder. By having consistent results in the 2018 and 2019 season, Alexander Zverev showed to the world that he is no one-time wonder. He went very deep in multiple Master Series titles in 2018, even winning the Madrid Open. He backed that win of Madrid Open by winning the ATP World Tour Finals at the season end. He had many deep runs in other Master Series tournaments. He broke through the quarterfinal barrier in 2018 by reaching the quarterfinals of the Roland Garros. In 2019, his performances were less better than 2018. He backed up his Roland Garros quarterfinals by repeating the performance by reaching the quarterfinals again in Roland Garros 2019. But if you see, there is a there was a drop in the consistency in the Master Series tournaments compared to 2018. But still, he had many deep runs in the 2019 season also and finished in the top 8. 2020 was a season of many firsts for Alexander Zverev. He reached his first semi-final in the Australian Open and lost a very close four-setter to Dominic Thiem. After that, the whole tennis season got impacted because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Many tournaments, including Wimbledon, got cancelled. But even despite that, Zverev had kept his composure and could manage his first Grand Slam final breakthrough at the US Open. It was a tight five-setter match against Dominic Thiem. Zverev, although he was 2 sets to love up, he couldn't close it out, and Dominic Thiem managed to come from behind and win his first Grand Slam title. Had he won that, it would have been a super breakthrough for Alexander Zverev, but it was not to be. But Zverev can take a lot of heart from the fact that he could make his first Grand Slam final breakthrough. It would definitely add to a lot of self-confidence and belief in Alexander Zverev that he can go on one day to finally break that Grand Slam duck and win his first Grand Slam. And who knows, that win of the first Grand Slam could boost his self-confidence to another level and could lead to multiple Grand Slam titles. The 2021 season for Alexander Zverev started with a tight quarterfinal match against Novak Djokovic. After that, he had pretty ordinary performances in subsequent Masters series. He was managing an elbow condition and some niggling injuries, because of which he was not able to attain the peak of his performance. But if you look at the breakthrough age of great champions in men's tennis, it's usually around 19 to 23. When Novak Djokovic started his great march towards glory and his run towards becoming the greatest player of all time, he was 23 years of age. He won his second Grand Slam title at the Australian Open, defeating Andy Murray, and then going on to have crazy run of seasons, winning multiple major titles and reaching 18 Grand Slams. So effectively, Djokovic's breakthrough was when he was 23. Federer, when he won his first Wimbledon title, he was 21. And Nadal, when he won his first French Open title, which was his first Grand Slam title, he was 19 years of age. So looking at the age factor, this is the right time for Alexander Zverev to peek through. Alexander Zverev currently is at the crossroads of his career. If he manages to break through now, his self-confidence would go sky high and he could manage to at least become a player similar to Agassi type, winning 7 to 8 Grand Slams. But if he doesn't manage to break through, then it could be a sequence of pretty ordinary seasons. And he could also become one of the guys like Dimitrov, Raonic, Silic, Del Potro, who were talented but couldn't fulfill their enormous potential. So the way ahead for Alexander Zverev here is that first thing first, he should ensure that he doesn't have any major injuries for the next 4 5 years. Many great players like Joan Martin Del Potro and Marat Safin, had they not been injured, they would have ended up winning more than 8 to 9 Grand Slam titles. But Marat Safin ended up winning only two, and Joan Martin Del Potro ended up winning only one Grand Slam because of multiple injuries. Now Zverev is right now having some elbow injuries, because of which he's not able to reach his peak form. Recently he lost uh, a winnable match against Ivashka in the Munich Open. So I thought he should have won it, but against a much lower ranked player, he lost because of injury. So still, he hasn't been able to find his A game in this 2021 season. So that's something which is very important, that he takes care of his injury, and if he wants to become the great player who is a multiple Grand Slam champion, then he should surely ensure that for the next 4 5 years he doesn't have any injury. So that's simple as that. Second, if we analyze Alexander Zverev's game, no, overall his game is pretty smooth. He has a good serve, good forehand, good backhand, down the lane cross court. For his height, his athleticism is very good. So overall, if you see, I don't find much weaknesses in his game as such. Yeah, obviously there are scope for improvement, which has to be done with respect to strategies. It is to keep evolving as players keep evolving. That's always there. But overall, if we see that he doesn't have any specific kind of weaknesses or technical faults in his game. His athleticism is good, his footwork is good, and overall he has a very smooth and a decent game. Only thing is that during key moments he needs to be bolder and go for the lines more, and play a more kind of not a counter punching type of tennis, but a kind of fearless type of tennis, especially against the big three and other potential competitors like Tsitsipas, Medvedev. He should play a more aggressive kind of a game style. So I feel that mental belief is more important now. So Zverev should kind of consider that this is a kind of do or die season for him. So this age and this season here is a kind of a do or die season, that I have to break through this season. If not, it's going to be too late. There would be other competitors, younger competitors coming up from below, and the big three would end up consolidating even more. So mentally, Zverev should consider that this is the do or die season. I have to break through in this season. That is something which he has to consider. So and play more fearless tennis at crucial moments, and definitely avoid injuries. So if he does these things, I really feel that nothing can stop Zverev from winning multiple Grand Slams. because he has the talent, he has the potential, and he has the game to go on to be a multiple Grand Slam champion. And let's hope that Zverev fulfills his potential, the enormous potential which he has. Let's hope that he fulfills it. So I personally wish Alexander Zverev a very successful tennis career going ahead. Thank you.